I'd like you to talk about kind of your experience um, with your father leaving. Why he left, or what he told you, and um, and then kind of what followed after that.
I had several on Cedar Plains and a few things in Mockingbird. Yes, it's nice. Those big blue valleys down. So, hey, what's the location? I'm at the coast right now. He's back out that way. I'll take it. I'm good. 1541, 15 please.
So, I mean, I was a little girl. I was only like 4 years old. I was almost 5. But, he basically was over visiting our house because my parents were divorced. But every once in a while he would come and visit. And so he was visiting. And I think we were having a nice time. And then he had run out of cigarettes, and he said, okay, I'm just gonna go out and get some cigarettes, and I'll be back. And his car was parked, in front of the house. And, but he didn't come back. And so, the thing that was most, I guess, effective to me was, well, what happened to him? Well, where is he? I mean, it's not like he called and said, yeah, you're not going to see me for a while because I'm going to go away on a trip. It's not like he wrote a letter and said, don't, to look out, I won't see you for a while. There was nothing. There was no contact. And his car was still there. And his apartment was still there. And so his brother came out from New York after a couple of weeks because we didn't know where he was, and he closed up his apartment, put all his stuff in storage, and took the car away. And that was sort of like, that was it. And we did eventually hear from him. We got a postcard from Europe, that he was in Europe. And then newspaper reporters showed up at the house. And I was probably 5 by then. I had just turned 5. And we were on TV, and that was very memorable. And we were on this show called The Paul Coates Show. And, and so that was kind of a big deal. But then, that was kind of it. I didn't see my father again till I was 7.
How did you end up seeing him? Like what happened?
Well, it's not like I knew I was going to see him. I was just walking home from school, and I saw this figure in the distance on Sunset Boulevard. And I was, walking, and I was like, wow, that really looks like my father. And so the closer I got, because we were a couple blocks away, but the closer I got, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's my father. And so when I was close enough to be sure, I ran to him, and I was like, oh boy, I was so happy, to see him. And of course, the first thing in my mouth was, so what did you bring me?